Hey everyone, my name is Tyler and it is the Friday video of the year, and if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I promised you guys this week that I would tell you the tale of how I met Chris Colfer this week. So, shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, because it is story time, motherfucker. But before I begin, I feel like I should set the mood and tell you about the first time I had an interaction with Chris Colfer, and that was back in December. If you recall, I made a video about how I co-hosted the red carpet at Trevor Live, and this happened. And then backstage afterward in the green room, I brushed up against Chris Colfer's butt, and then I immediately tweeted about it because obviously that's what I would do, and he responded, I know! So when I found out that Chris Colfer was going to be in town for a book signing for his new book, I felt like I had to go because I not only wanted to properly meet him officially, on a more serious note, I wanted to personally thank him because I feel like when I was growing up, there were no openly gay role models on TV or in the media, and even though I'm strongly against one person being a representative for any community, I feel like the more people that are open and honest and unapologetic about being who they are, the better. And so I wanted to personally thank him, so it was important for me to go. So the entire week leading up to the book signing, I was freaking nervous, and I was like, how do I put into words all of the feels that I want to feel when I need to tell him my feels? And so I made him a card because I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget anything that I actually really wanted to tell him. And so inside the card it had like the tweet interaction that we had and all the messages that I wanted to say and everything that I wanted to tell him just in case I didn't have time when we met in person. And so I had that prepared. And then I wake up and it's Wednesday and it's the day of the signing and I am freaking the fuck out because I'm nervous and I'm excited and I'm like, oh my god, this is the day. And it didn't really matter what time you showed up at the bookstore because you were assigned a signing group and it was A through Z and I was S, and so it was like, okay, I have time, I can get there a little late. And here I am at home just sitting in bed all day waiting for the hours to tick by because I'm like, oh my god, I just want to go there right now. And so I'm like, fuck it, let's just go. And so I show up and there's literally hundreds and hundreds of fangirls and we were all just like, let's take a moment to realize that we are about to meet Chris Colfer. And so we were all like fangirling and having so much fun and just telling stories and like just sharing experiences of people that have already met him and want to meet him and what we're gonna say and all of these things. And it's just like, I am at home with all of these fangirls because I just consider myself a big fangirl. Like, there's no shame in it. I am proud of it. I love it, and I love being around other fangirls. And so we were just all like, you know what? Let's just soak up each other's awesomeness. And then it begins, and they're going through the letters one by one, and it's like A, B, C, and my heart is like progressively thumping harder and harder. And then they get to S, and I'm like freaking the fuck out, and I get in line. And as I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna say to Chris, I am freaking out because there are so many things that I wanna say. Like, I wanna go up to him and be like, I'm so sorry to bother you, but that hippopotamus head brooch is so awesome. Or there's always, I'm pretty sure you were Cleopatra in another life because you've got a great asp. Or there's always, are you an astronaut because your smile is out of this world? Like, there are so many things I need to say to him. And it is literally like slow motion, and my heart is thumping, and every single step I take, I lose a bit of knowledge of what I wanted to tell Chris. And by the moment I make it to his table, I'm like, heh. And then he looks up to me, and his hair is perfect. I just need to take a moment to discuss his hair. Like, okay. And so then we're making eye contact, and in my head, I'm like freaking the fuck out. And so I somehow manage the words as I give him my book to sign. I'm like, hi Chris, I'm a huge fan. I just wanted to say thank you for everything you do. I met you briefly, kind of, at Trevor Live. I was co-hosting the red carpet. And then he looks up from the book, makes eye contact again, gives me a look, and he's like, wait, you're Tyler. And I am just like, and I'm just like turning into mush, and I'm like, oh my god, you remember me? And I kid you not, he looked right back at me and he goes, you are the one who touched my butt at Trevor Live. And I'm like, no. I brushed against your butt on accident and I tweeted about it, and you are the one who looked it up and I didn't even tag you. And he literally goes, likely story. And I'm like, girl, you know it's true. But then I realize that there's still a line behind me and I'm taking up so much time. So I'm like, okay, I need to tell him what I want to tell him before I get swept away. And so I'm like, Chris, I just wanted to say thank you for all you do, and I need to tell you that the next time you're in San Francisco, I know that you don't have time tonight, you're flying out, but the next time you are in San Francisco, here's my information, hit me up, I will take you out for drinks because after that butt-touching incident, you deserve a drink on me. And he's like, okay, sweetie, and he gives me my book, and I'm like, thank you again, goodbye, and then I turn into mush as I fall into the crowds of people, and they're like, what did he say? And I'm like, he's perfect, he's wonderful, he is so sweet and so funny, and he remembered me. Life is good. Life, as a fangirl, could not get much better. And so I just was like, you know what? I need to make a video about this. So that, in a nutshell, was my Chris Colfer book signing experience. So I got my book signed right there. Can you see it? If you're unfamiliar with the book, it's called The Land of Stories, and I'm not done with it yet, but as soon as I finish it, hopefully next week, I will let you know what I think. The whole walk home, I was like giggling to myself because I was like, you know what? I just really enjoy my life. Like there are certain moments in life where you just have to like sit back and realize how good life is. And that was one of the moments. As I was walking home, I was just like, you know what? Life is so good. That's all. Also, I just wanted to say it was so good meeting and fangirling with so many of you guys there. Here are some of the pictures you guys sent me. I met so many of you, and all of you are fucking precious as hell. And I just wish I could spend every moment fangirling with all of you because that's what we do. That's just us. That is just who we are. I also need to give a shout out to Lexi, who at the book signing brought me a bag of my boyfriend, which is currently empty because mama ain't got time for serving sizes and calorie counts. Oh, crap. So this week on Twitter and Tumblr and Facebook, I asked you guys who is one celebrity you would want to meet and what is one thing you would tell them, and these are some of my favorite responses. You guys, oh my goodness, you would say that to them? You crazy as hell. You nuts. You simply off your rocker. So comment below who is one celebrity you want to meet and what is one message you would tell them. I'm going to be picking some of my favorite responses and putting them at the end of my next video. And if you recall in my last video when I gave you an apartment tour, I asked you guys if your place were on fire, what is the one thing you would grab? And these are your responses. Wow, you guys. Goodness gracious. Do you not care about anything besides your computers? Oh, goodness, my gosh. But that is all I have for you guys this week. I hope you have a wonderful life, and I will see you next Friday. Bye. Yes, before you say something about it in the comments, this is a pimple, but I was like, okay, well, I can either wait for the pimple to go away, or I can make my video on time, so which do you want, okay?